I only have a little bit more days until I go back to school, so I might as well stop holding back on this project. Big Adventures and All Engines Go are two terrible ways to show the Thomas franchise in one big whole splat. I'm going to make this basically like Unlucky Tugs, Why bwba Sucks, and probably some things with people ramping about All Engines Go. But instead, I'm going to do something different. I'm actually going to combine the videos into two because I don't want to risk making several different parts for this. And the editing app that I'm using, which is recently CapCut, is probably not going to let me explain how it's going to go because it lags every time when I make a long video. And that's why the Tom's Cinematic Railroad stuffs are going to have to divide into different parts. But the point is, All Engines Go and bwba are terrible. They ruined a beloved franchise that is generally known with the general public, all because of this old man who just wants to make his son happy when he was ill in bed. Now the show is just literal dog crap. I don't know how to best explain this, but I'll do the best I can. I'll be splitting bwba's ramping into 4 sections. Mainly how the movie sucks, how most of the side characters are unforgettable, how the Michael White episodes are the only good episodes in the show, and how Henry and Edward getting kicked off is generally the worst thing that could ever happen to the show. And for All Engines Go, I'm going to divide it into 2 sections. Mainly about how terrible it is, and the second section is how do we get here? Why did we get here? Let's go off to section 1. Yeah, anyways, like I said, number 1, how bwba the movie and the show in general is complete dog crap. Because to be honest, the movie did not even continue what happened to Sir Topham Hatt. The body moves are still uncanny. The animation is terrible. And I would like to know what happened. Trust me. I would like to know very much of what happened during production. Ian McHugh's stupid idea was very terrible. I could understand why Andrew Brenner jumped out the boat why he can. But if you're gonna make a movie about Thomas going across the world, at least make it a little bit canon. At least make it something that comes out of Audrey's writing. I know I probably know this. But I don't know. I like to just believe to myself that during production they couldn't figure out everything all planned. And that's what I like to believe. But since we don't have any prime sources for that, I just say we can't. The show in general is terrible. It's terrible. All the decisions in the episodes are terrible. All the lessons that it tries to teach us is terrible. And don't even get me started on some of the character assassinations in this. I don't like bwba. I'm probably one of the biggest bwba haters there is in the Thomas fandom. Believe me. But I don't know. I just hate, I'm not sure, but during my movie ranking video, I did not explain how much the movie was terrible. But now I'm here to explain now. The animation was terrible. Thomas going across the world and somehow not get caught by Sir Topham is terrible. This is just a terrible film. Nia was okay just this once in the film. And I just don't like her design. I'm sorry. Listen, hear me out. As an African American, I kind of take this offensive. Because they were technically stereotyping her design from the drawing boards. And it was pretty obvious, too, if you look up Nia the Tank Engine's Nia the Tank Engine's drawing boards. Because I'm sorry, I take great offense to that. And I don't know what the writers or Mattel was on when they were making the character design, but they shouldn't have screwed the drawing boards when they were start making this character. I hated her in the show, along with Rebecca, because they've replaced two absolute legends of characters that are generally known with the Thomas fandom and possibly the general public if they gave the show a chance. Not saying that they did, trust me. I believe that the general public gave the show the chance. And what else? All the visuals and stuff is terrible. The only episodes I can say have good thought into it are the Michael White episodes. And I'll get to that sooner or later. But trust me, I just don't like it. The movie and the show are factually terrible to the point where I almost legitimately left this fandom. The Sharon Miller wasn't the line for me. Not even Thomas' birthday wishes was the line for me. But Big World Big Adventures was the line for me to almost leave the fandom. Trust me. I was going to leave this fandom forever as soon as I saw bwba. And for some reason I stayed. But there is some good things about it. Once again, the Michael White episodes are good. They feel like that they came out of Audrey's writings. Well, I don't see it as coming out of Audrey's writings. I just felt like it came out of, Britt Allcroft's era of Thomas, but hey, that's just me. What else? I'm glad we get to see the characters one last time before they all, disappeared, and I'm glad we get to see them, because they're probably not going to show up in All Engines Go, and I'm probably going to be glad that they don't, because if they do, that's just going to make the show terrible and assassinate its characters. Because, I don't know. I'm glad they gave Big Mickey a face. Yeah, that's my only good points that I'll give the show. Just for the characters that they brought back. Literally fan service. That's the only good thing that I would just... Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the only good thing I'll give it. That's the only good thing I'm giving it. That's all I'm giving it. The points for bringing back old characters that we probably won't see again in All Engines Go, and I'm glad too, because they don't deserve to be put into these type of dumb episodes in All Engines Go. So good job. You actually did one good thing, bwba, but still not good enough. 2, how the side characters are forgettable. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. When I mean side characters, I do not mean the Sodor side characters. I mean the international Sodor characters. The only one that's at least rememberable to me is Ashima, all because she had one movie. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, all the engines in the film are seriously unforgettable. They're just there for marketing toys, and even a little toddler can notice. Because I bet you that... Listen, if any Thomas fans out there are watching this, show a picture to your little brother or your parents, or if you're an adult in general, show a video or a clip or a photo of a random international side character and see if another Thomas fan can completely remember the name of the character. Because I bet y'all that they won't. Trust me, I bet y'all. Because not even I can remember the characters. I know, because I'm a kid, but still, I cannot even remember the characters because they're that forgettable. I just feel like they could have done something better, but it's terrible. It's just bad. If I literally had one good thing to say about the international characters, because there's nothing good to say about them. So what's the point of me even saying that if I have one thing good to say about them? There's legitimate nothing good to say about them. All they're here is just to literally fill up the useless setting. And the settings are not even that good. Just... What? No, literally what? Because... They are stereotyping the side characters, at least to me, bro. Oh, how much I hate this. How much I hate this so much, bro. Like, hi, hello, this is Unlucky Train 2.0 after taking a 30-minute break from this, because I want to quit this project, but I'm not. I have to do this because I keep on getting haunted by the ghost of this video not being finished, so I'm just gonna get started on the third thing. Let me see what the third thing is real quick, because I am completely getting over my head with this. I'm about to give a legitimate headache from this. I'm just... The Michael White episodes... How Michael White episodes are only the good episodes. The episodes written by Michael White are the only good, general, great episodes. They feel like that they came out straight from the TV shows. Now, I don't like to believe that they came out of Audrey's writings, but I would like to believe that they at least came out of the TV show. And it's nice to know that once was a Thomas fan, actually became a writer, was a nice fun fact. I am proud for the guy because he gets to become a writer for the bad era and actually try and make things good so the fans won't be fully upset. And I'm going to be honest, if all the episodes were written by Michael White, I probably would have watched all of bwba. Not saying that I have, because I watched all bwba for this video, but still, probably enjoyed watching bwba, but still. Michael White, I highly doubt that you're watching this, but still, you did a good job, man. You did a good job. No, happy to know that your dreams came true. But yeah, like I said, this section is about how the Michael White episodes are the only good episodes, and I believe that it is good. Really good. Trust me, because apparently the only Michael White episodes that I really enjoyed myself on, the only Big World, Big Adventures episodes that I really enjoyed myself on were the Michael White episodes, and yeah, I'm not even surprised at that, because I was going in expecting at least one episode to be good from this season, but it turned out some episodes from it written by Michael White were the only good episodes. Yeah, Michael White, you did a good job. Once again, great job, man, for trying to at least make the bad era good and entertaining for the audience. But you just... I'm not saying that you didn't do your best, but it wasn't enough to just, Now, this is probably the one I'm going to be being mad about the most, because I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this once to the audience and not again. Henry and Edward are my two favorite characters. They both share number 1 on my favorite character list. And the fact to know that they got kicked out of the show really teared me apart to the point where I legitimately wanted to quit. I was legitimate about to throw my collection away because of that. But, why Edward and Henry? Just add 2 more births to the sheds. I don't know, man. I don't know, because even fan uploads did a better job on... I'm upset, because now they're just known as those twin engines, especially from All Engines Go. Mattel has killed these two. They were both generally known with the general public. Edward was an old engine who has to see the newer engines come and take over until one day he came to show that he still has some fighting left in him. And when I mean fighting, I mean metaphorically, of course. And Henry, the guy who died of starvation in a tunnel and came out with a good triumph redemption that redeemed himself, letting him be a very good part of the railway. Not only got him into several accidents, had to get into one with a fixing cargo, and got rebuilt better and stronger, and actually giving Gordon a run for his money, leading to them having a sort of rival crud. Trying to say this in the best way I can. Why didn't I write a script for this? leading them to have sort of a rival bond or something. I'm sorry, I'm trying to word this out the best I can, but what else? Because there's more to Henry, especially in the Railway Series books. Not only in the Railway Series books, him saving a diesel in the Railway Series books, 2 diesels who had a hard time pulling their trains, especially if he lost his regulator. And now to just see that all get thrown out the window when CGI Thomas came around, I am upset, but I should be glad too. Hear me out on why. They don't have to experience what the main cast is going through. They don't have to experience having Nia and Rebecca in the same team with them, because they are not worthy enough, not even close to be next to Henry or Edward. Trust me, they are not even worthy enough to be their replacements. Not even Rebecca, who is probably the one I hated the most. Like, hello, this is Unlucky Train 2.0 5 minutes later after calming down. So yeah, I'm gonna go into this along with Nia and Rebecca in this, because I feel like that I want to add them into this. So this is section 5 on why I hate Nia and Rebecca and why they are terrible Thomas characters. I know we have our most hated Thomas characters like Dash and Ferdinand or Philip, but to me, the most hated characters for me are Nia and Rebecca, and I think we all know why. That's why I never bought any toy version of them, and I have zero regrets not. But the point is, Nia and Rebecca are terribly forced characters who replace 2 absolute legends, which is probably the worst thing that took across to a 78th anniversary franchise. Let's start in with Rebecca, huh? Because I hate Rebecca the most, and I want to get her done as fast as I can. And don't get this what I'm saying. I'm not sexism. I'm not doing any type of sexism. I do not have a problem with female characters, especially if they've been in the Audrey books. Because we had Daisy and Mavis. Even Emily, who has been at the front of the series for an extremely long time by now. We even have characters like Lady, who was voiced by Britt Offcroft. Molly. So, I don't have any problems. Trust me, I do not even have the biggest problem with them. Because, once again, I do not have any problems with female characters. It's just that Nia and Rebecca are my most hated Thomas characters. Are the Thomas characters that I hate the most. And I don't want this to get very discriminated between other people who is fans of Nia and Rebecca. I don't care if you're fans of it. It's just that if you're a fan of Nia and Rebecca, just don't say it towards my face. Because if you say it towards my face, we're going to have problems. But I don't mind. Okay? I don't mind. Why Rebecca is the worst Thomas character and why I hate her for replacing the old blue train who has been here for 78 years. She replaced Audrey's first character. And that is crossing a line I did not even know existed. Because, like, why don't you just add a birth to the shed, give Rebecca an actual character arc, and just, boom, we wouldn't have this problem. Rebecca is a terrible character because she gets to get away with basically everything in the show. She doesn't have a character arc. She's always the, how should I put this? The basically stereotypical version of a girl who could get away with stuff. Now, that's just stuff that I do not like. And, I don't know. Rebecca, I just hate Rebecca for several reasons. It was obvious that they were trying to do what they were, her and Gordon, which clearly did not go well. And I'm just upset that she replaced it. I'm not sure which one she replaced, but I know she had to replace it, Edward or Henry. And I hate her for that. I hate her to the point I literally want to burn the engine on fire and cause a whole breakdown on Sodor. Probably gonna cause Sodor fallout. Not just, what else do I have to say? Kill Rebecca. Kill Rebecca. She is annoying. Send her to the scrapyard so she could just not exist anymore. Make her not canon at this point. Because I hate her guts. At least All Ages Go do not have Rebecca in the show. Because that's just making my life more easier. That's the only good thing I'll give All Ages Go for not having Rebecca. I just hate Rebecca and Nia for replacing the two best characters in Thomas history. Oh yeah, Nia. Okay, I don't hate her in the movie. I just hate her for being a stereotypical version of an African. Especially if it's a trade. And when I showed my parents the Unlucky Tug video on why Boba sucks, and when they saw the drawing boards for Nia, they were just shocked, and I was shocked too, because I hated it. Because they completely screw over her since the drawing board, and it clearly did not have any thought to it, so what makes you think that I would take this easy, especially if I'm an African American? Only good thing I'll give to her is how she grieves her friends, and basically how she could have potential on having good stories. That's the only good thing I'll give to that character. But I don't know. The only good thing that could just probably redeem her for me is fan creations. But since fan creations are not actual creations by the company, I cannot just be happy. I'm sorry, but you ruined everything. You need to kill. No, forgot. There's probably children watching this. I'm sorry. There's probably children watching this. So my apologies. I'm probably going too far with this, but bwba, give the whole franchise to Hasbro at this point, because Hasbro is doing a better job at keeping the brand's legacy than you. Because Hasbro, listen, I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say this again. If there's any Mattel fans watching this, Hasbro is doing better. If Hasbro just buys off Thomas, none of this will happen. Hasbro will do a better job than Mattel will ever do. No, matter of fact, nah, forget it. Give the Thomas rights back to the Audreys. Yeah, because I know one thing. They will keep the legacy to its source material. Matter of fact, no. Give it to the Audreys and the fandom, because even the fandom has done better creations than you. At least the ones that are not cringed. But the point is, do better. Especially with All Ages Go. Now, I can believe any writer or any creator could fix a franchise. Especially if it's All Ages Go. Now, I believe they could fix the franchise for All Ages Go. Trust me. But they're just going to have to do better to change my mind. Because at this point, I don't even have faith in anything that is Thomas related other than fan content. And we made it to All Engines Go. Oh. Prepare to die. But seriously though, I'm probably gonna have less to say about All Engines Go, because if I say more about All Engines Go, we're probably gonna be here for a whole hour, and I'm already tired enough because I had to wake up at either 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and I am tired. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that much about All Engines Go. So I might have to make that its own video, but for now, I'm just gonna go with the part that I hate the most. Okay, so I'm currently looking up All Engines Go logic, and it's clear to me that I can't find any sources. You want to know why I don't find any sources? Because Mattel is stupid, and because Mattel and possibly the show is stupid. It has zero logic to real life trains, zero history of real life trains, and how should I put this? It ruins everything that Thomas was supposed to be said. Thomas was supposed to be said in the real world, at least in the really series books. But no, they had to make this into a stupid kid crap show for little toddlers. Listen, I know this is technically a pre-kid show for little babies, but let's admit it, some of us are grown adults watching the show, and some of us are teenagers, and some of us are probably, how should I put this, 4 years old watching videos like this. Let's admit, I don't care, but a cartoon can be made for anyone. Okay, maybe not adult cartoons, but I know kids' cartoons are definitely made for anyone. So what's even the point of some people saying that it's just a kid show, it's not like there's any adult watching, when there's clearly adults watching and legitimate teenagers watching this? So I'm gonna start saying this section number 1, aka this section, the all engines go logic and how the world works. Okay. So let's take a comparison to the really series books in the classic era, shall we? Okay, so what I'm looking, and while we're watching some of the episodes, we can tell, oh, what's this? The logic in the railway series books plus the classic era Thomas is stating that in that universe there are real life trains and real life railways, at least in the railway series books. Let's see if there's any real life railways in All Engines Go, shall we? Okay. Rewatching some of All Engines Go. Oh, look, what a coincidence. There is zero logic and zero connection to real life engines. There's no City of Churro. There's no Flying Scotsman. There's no connection to real life engines. There's no connection to the source material. Oh my god. I'm not even surprised, because this show is complete doo-doo. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to say doo-doo. Complete dog crap. No, not even dog crap. Dog water. Okay, I'm done having a mental breakdown, but seriously though, this is Sharon Miller all over again, but turned up to 111. Yeah, I understand that there's fans of All Engines Go, and no, I'd like to see someone make a video on why they're fans of All Engines Go. And I don't want no small second video by some legitimate toddlers or parents of those toddlers. No. Actual Thomas fans who say that All Engines Go is good. Because if there's real life Thomas fans or really serious fans who actually believe that this is better than Audrey's material, I would like for you to come here and sit down with me so we can have a nice, long conversation. Wait, wasn't section 1 supposed to be about how bad All Engines Go is? Oh, yeah. All Engines Go is terrible. The logic makes no sense. The engines could every time when the engines could literally derail, they could just jump back on the tracks. So basically, if there's a runaway, it's not going to be intense or anything good for the audience because they're not going to get any intense from it. You're just going to know what's going to happen next, and it's the engines getting back onto the track like nothing happened. There's not even a breakdown crane. This one piece of dialogue made me very upset. Yeah, I'm just going to play it.
It's going to hit those trains!
Yeah, Not surprised about that. I'm looking at the ratings of this, by the way, and it turns out, where can I find? Yeah, it turns out I'm looking at the ratings for All Legends Go. And let's see. Let's see, shall we? Shall we see the ratings for this? Cause, yeah. 2.5 out of 10. Wow. What a shocker. What a shocker. No, let's see this. Let's see what the OG Thomas the Tank Engine show got. It seems like no, seriously. Oh, 6.5 out of 10. Not a good score, but still better than All Engines Go. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? The voice, the only two things I'll give props for, it's not bringing the actual lovable side characters in the show. The only one that they brought was Salty. And I have zero problems with them bringing Salty back. Trust me. I have zero problems with them bringing back Salty back. At least we get to have a fan favorite character that could at least make me smile through this terrible show. What else? I think that's all I have to say for section 1. I'm being completely honest. I think that's all I gotta say for section 1. It's garbage. Terrible, probably, yeah, it's garbage. Dog crap at least, but, yeah. Yeah. Let's just get on to number 2. How did we get here? Yeah, we got here because of Mattel's stupid marketing deals and the failure of Big World Big Adventures. And they decided to reboot the show fully. And that's when we have All Engines Go Season 1 and Season 2. I'm just glad about this because I'm just glad that the fan and favorite side characters don't have to deal with the torture that the main cast has to deal with. Cause I don't know. If Audrey was here, he probably would have done something. At least that's what I like to believe. I don't know. I don't know. I just want everything to be back to how it was, because if it wasn't for Britt Offcroft moving Thomas to America, we probably wouldn't have this. And I'm not saying that it's fully her fault. I just know it's Magic Railroad's fault, but I just know that it's the how should I put this? I know that this is Magic Railroad's fault. I noticed this was Magic Railroad's fault, and I just want to say this. If this show wasn't moved to America, it probably would have been safe. But I don't know. Just since it was not, it's just we have this. But this isn't just a kid's show. This is a show that brought every Thomas fan together and will be here until time itself rests. Now, I'm not a man of words, but I know one thing. This show and its legacy will continue on, and let the Reverend Wilbert Audrey rest up in heaven watching the fandom that he created continue to do great things. I like to thank the fandom, the content creators, Brett Offcroft, of course, David Mitton, the whole team that worked on Thomas, except for Mattel. Screw you. And yeah, of course, last but not least, the silly blue tank engine, who is a really useful engine. And I believe that he deserves this type of send-off. Hit it, boys!
It's Thomas the Tank Engine, hip 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 hooray. Chugga chugga chug chug chuff chuff chuff, he rides along the way. And when you hear that whistle, it can only be one train. Our favorite little engine, Thomas is his name. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. He's a really useful engine with a heart that's big and strong. He chugga chugga chuff chuffs, working hard, helping everyone. Thomas, he has lots of friends, and you can be one too. Just clap, clap, clap and sing along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. There's Gordon and Henry, Edward, James and Toby, Annie and Clarabelle. Don't forget Percy, Terrence and Bertie, Diesel, Duck and Daisy. Lots more friends for you. He's always up to mischief, that cheeky little train. He chugga chugga chuff chuffs everywhere, he's always playing games. The fat controller scolds him, but he loves him just the same. Our favorite little